Hi, my name's Donna Raymond, and welcome to my weekly Wise Woman Dreaming blog. Wow. Yeah, what an epic week. Actually, it's been more than a week, but I know there's so many people out there feeling it because through social media and emails and people contacting me directly, I'm just seeing it on the peripheral, like there's some funky shit going on. So I feel like we're in this big cosmic soup at the moment, and everything's kind of simmering and being stirred and melding together in some way that we don't really comprehend the extent of what's happening. And I know for me, I'm going through a mythic catharsis at the moment, and it's really intense, and it's bringing forward some challenging things to look at and challenging emotions and feelings, and definitely a lot of suppressed feelings are coming up to the surface for me and showing me where my cracks are and where I need to focus my awareness on creating change in my life and not being complacent either. So I have been really gentle with myself over the week. It's been really intense and full on. And sometimes my mind is just having this intense purge. That's all I can say, because it's this constant, like, epic purging. And I am processing things as I'm verbalizing it as well. And sifting through layers and layers of muck and sediment that's coming up from the bottom. And that's a good thing, because it makes you feel lighter when you process these. And when you process your subconscious emotions, they don't act out in your life anymore, because you create pathways for healing and you transmute that energy and you bring your awareness to these issues that you don't want to face, so that you can create that change in your life to align to your highest and fullest potential, to be a way shower in this life and to create the change that you wish to see in the world, and to embody it as well with a practical solutions and ways of being. It's like one thing I'm really learning over this last week is to um, pull myself up consciously and constantly when I start to ruminate on things a little bit too much, and just check in to see if I am indeed overanalyzing, because we can get so swept away with the stories, and our brains are so articulate that you know we can read a certain situation energetically and take a few things, a few imprints from a moment, and then just create this epic story of bullshit in our head that isn't authentic and it isn't true, but we trick ourselves to thinking it's true, and the ego comes in and it validates and it justifies the way that we've perceived things. And I really feel that it's a skill. It's a definite skill that it needs to be exercised and cultivated a lot more, to refine that process and to really find a clear pathway to understanding what our truth actually is, and not getting swept up in our story or someone else's story as well, just to bring that energy back in and to contain it and not think about things too much and not feel too much, or to get swept away in the emotional side, because emotions are just energy in motion, and they are chemical signals and energetic signals for us to respond or to react to whatever circumstance is happening in our environment. And all too often, particularly in the very feminine aspect of creation, we get swept away in the feeling side, and we place too much emphasis on our feelings being a valid, well, the only valid form of identifying truth. But we need to bridge that gap and to merge it with the heart and the mind that's in the heart and the heart that's in the mind. So it works both ways so that we have a more holistic viewpoint of our reality, that it's not just steered here or here, because we can be highly emotional people and that can be quite toxic, or we can be very neurotic people and that can be quite toxic as well. So it's finding the middle way, the clear way, and balancing that. And for me, what I've been practicing this week is when I feel I'm getting too swept up in the story, or my mind is just going through this epic mental purge, then I'm consciously just stopping that process so that it can't anchor these pathways of habit in my brain. So that takes conscious awareness to not allow that electrical signal to anchor down. And different ways that I've been doing that is to either be creative, or I'll start singing, or I'll have a dance, or just do something really wacky, just to break that connection, to break that habit of getting swept away in the churning of the mind. So it's a little tool that I've been using this week, and yeah, I'm definitely, a big medicine for me is to really cultivate that side of myself, because I feel so deeply like that it almost gets too intense sometimes. So it's exercising that muscle as well, so that I am not operating from a solely reactive place, that I can breathe it in and allow the energy to integrate, rather than just processing in the mind or just reacting emotionally, and just really be the witness and observe what's at play, so that I have a better frame of reference for what is actually transpiring for me in that moment. So yeah, I hope that made sense, because that was just a bit of a yeah. I hope you have an awesome week. I will check back in next week. Definitely I will be in Townsville. I'm hosting a cacao ceremony somewhere beautiful. I don't know where. We'll organise a venue when I'm down there. Yeah, many blessings, and be gentle with yourself and hold on for the ride. Go in deep, 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 and do the work. Deep soul excavation. Now's the time to use the, cosmic alignments and stuff that's happening. We have 2 eclipses this month, and to really use that to kind of surf these energetic waves that we find ourselves being succumbed to. So yeah.